Alright guys, welcome back for another Victory Road episode, and this time we're covering the October news. So this is following on from the last video, the information that came out of the Tokyo Game Show, that sort of thing. So we're not going to mess around, let's get right into it. So for those of you who've played the Tokyo Game Show ahead of time, once again we are on the development blog, just want to point that out. So at this time we'll introduce the new information that was announced at the Tokyo Game Show. Okay, and let's see. So aiming to create software that can be played for 5 years or so. Yep. So first, part 1. Collect them all. More than 4,500 saved players in possession. This means you can keep all the players you collect. In fact, the number of people saved so far was about 200. No matter how many you collect, it would be sad if you had to say goodbye to someone if you exceeded your save limit. However, players never leave because they say certain person has decided to leave the team. Please collect as many as you can. That's kind of crazy, mate. Like 4,500. That's so many. Could you even name 4,500 different people? Don't think so. Right, part 2. Once you get it, it's not over. This time, Inazuma 11 will also include hack and slash elements. Now, what is a hack and slash? In other words, hack and slash is an abbreviation for hack and slash, and that is a game you can play over and over again by diving into dungeons in search of rare items. Within Inazuma 11 this time, once you get a character, it's not over. The situation is such that it's worthwhile to gather players. Additionally, each player has 6 rarities, so I would assume the first rarity is base, so the normal player, then growing would be second, advanced third, top player fourth, legendary is fifth, hero is 6th, but it looks here like even within hero there's another 2 levels past that, which is interesting. I'd be curious as to why hero has 3. I'm sure there'll be some further explanations to that. I'm also noticing here it says that endo exists only for top player and above, so clearly some players are just have a base higher rarity than others, just even initially. Furthermore, each player has unique abilities, and these abilities are called passive effects. Passive effects may have different powers, even if they're the same rarity. Wait, so passive effects might have different powers, even if they are the same rarity. Interesting. Even if it's the same passive, the numbers are different. That's why if you want an Endokami, it doesn't end when you get Endokami all at once, but you're driven by the desire to get a better one. Right. Wait a sec. So am I understanding this correctly? So even if you have the same rarity, you might have a different passive. Interesting. So basically I could get the 2 different top player level, I guess, and they have slightly different passives. And so I could try and find another one that has a different passive that's more suited to something I'm looking for. Okay, I guess that's cool. Maybe if like you want to have like an outfield endo instead of like a goalkeeper, he might have a better passive suited for what you're trying to achieve. So that's interesting. Now I'll explain specifically how to collect players. First, in story and chronicle modes, you get something called a player card or spirit. By using this, characters that can be scouted will appear on the map. So check the location on the map and go scout. This will increase your number of friends by 1. Also, there are some characters who don't have to go to the map to become friends. Interesting. In this way, you'll increase the number of friends, but if you have endo, but you found a spirit card of endo, by using this on a character who already has materialized and joined your party, you can increase the character's awakening gauge. Oh, okay, so it's dupes basically. If any of you guys have ever played like a gacha game, you can get more dupes of the same character, and thus you can speed up, I guess, how quickly you get them to another rarity or their kind of player level, whatever. In other words, you can accumulate the awakening gauge of the advanced player endo and raise them to become top player. Okay. Characters also have levels. This will be carried over even if the rarity increases, so make sure to repeatedly train every day. Okay, so you have different rarities and then you also have different levels, and you can get dupes. Okay, that's pretty interesting actually. So I can see where the playability and the kind of 5-year aspect is coming from. If you consider that for every single player, mate, there's going to be someone out there who's going to spend like legitimately like fucking 10 years grinding all 4,500 players to like max rarity, max level. That'd be some major dedication. Props to whoever wants to do that, by the way, because it won't be me. This character doesn't just have to be strong, it becomes necessary to gather friends that match the team's personality. First of all, there are 3 types of my team: story mode, chronicle mode, and tournament mode. After clearing story mode team players will also be available to join chronicle teams and tournament teams. Now, regarding team building, you can make the entire team stronger by linking the passive effects of the characters. This combination of passive effects is called synergy. By generating a lot of synergy, you can increase your team's capabilities several times over. Okay. In this way, pattern A increases. So this pattern A and this pattern B. Pattern A increases overall synergy by arranging the same attributes. Pattern B is composed of different attributes, but each position block has a structure that creates synergy. By configuring your team in this way, taking into consideration the influence a player has on others, you can increase your team's ability many times over. Of course, if you want to make up your team with players you like, you need to find players you like and who have the skills you want. It's quite deep. Famous players may have several passive patterns, so it might be fun to take on the challenge of collecting all of them. Ah, right. Okay, so now this actually makes so much sense. So first of all, let's kind of have a look at the photo because it points things out a little bit better. So here, clearly, they've all got like the wood attribute, so that kind of aids the passive there in that respect. No, that's not wood, that's earth, sorry. And then in this one, I would assume the thing that's linking their passives together is the fact that these are all Ryman players, so there'll probably be like a original team synergy, as well as maybe like position synergy as well, that sort of thing, so multiple ways. And then right here at the end, they've kind of confirmed what I was a bit confused about earlier, but they've kind of actually hashed it out now. So it doesn't matter which player you get. So if I get Gwenji, for example, even if I get the highest rarity, got him max level, there might actually be another Gwenji with a different passive that might actually be better. So, let's say there's 5 different possible passives for him. That might be 5 different times I need to scout him and then raise him all the way up to the highest rarity. So that is super interesting. So that is where there's going to be like so much like team play and like team composition. It's not going to be as basic as, well, I've now got the best Gwenji in the game, because I guess depending on season, team comps, different passive of each character could make a massive difference to your team, which is actually so sick. I love that it's not just as basic as I've got a player, I've trained him to max level, easy peasy, job done. Yeah. Okay, so you play matches in story mode and chronicle mode, and once you win, the story progresses and you receive rewards. However, you can increase the difficulty level and try again as many times as you like. That's pretty self-explanatory. With this, you can collect legendary players that can be obtained through random drops. Furthermore, by repeating the matches, you can earn hero tokens, which you can collect in exchange for rare secret books and items. Oh, okay, this is deep. They're going deep with this. So obviously, difficulty increase means that you can probably get higher percentage drops. And then by kind of grinding, levels, matches, whatever, you can get tokens that you can use to get these sort of items. And obviously you can exchange these to equip your character with probably stuff like, either manuals to learn certain types of moves, I don't know, or increase passive, boost passive, or just, boost certain attributes of them as well. So that just sounds pretty interesting, to be fair. And then this time we're adding the ability to play against each other online. In addition, there will be a ranking based on performance, and a Victory Road online tournament will be held before the top players to determine the #1 winner. Mate, I can't wait to see like all of like my mates off the Discord and people just like aiming to like be the best. Oh, that's gonna be so sick. It's honestly, oh. So Victory Road online tournaments have regulations such as Football Frontier and Holy Road, but the rules are slightly different. There are restrictions on the players that can perform and the techniques that can be used. For example, incarnations or cash-ins are prohibited in Football Frontier, but okay in Holy Road. That makes sense, and this will be done every 3 months. So I guess this just gives people the ability to, work on their skills, really. So maybe you're going to be better in the Football Frontier than Holy Road. Maybe just crap with using cash-ins, who knows? Guess we'll find out when the time comes, which is tomorrow. Goodness gracious, man, I'm so excited. I'm going to finish work and run home to play this shit. Right, in addition to online tournaments, you must compete with a combination of 6 or more seasonal players and 5 or less eternal. Yeah, that makes sense. We've seen this and gone over this before. I guess this is just kind of elaborating it, so it'll probably be like a restriction that tells you that before you can join, you have to have these. Please note, the players that can be acquired in the game will change depending on the season every 3 months. In other words, new players will be added every 3 months, and at the same time, some players will become unavailable. Therefore, we have to continue to collect players indefinitely. It's tough, but let's all have fun. In this way, we want to make the new Inazuma 11 a software that will grow together with everyone who plays it. It will take a little bit more time to complete, but I hope it will not disappoint, so please wait. Mate, this is so sick. The amount of like effort and love that Hino's poured into this game does seem awesome. Right, and so the follow-up video to this is the Tokyo Game Show. So yeah, let's just get into it and let's have a watch.
LEVEL5 では体験版をより楽しくプレイできるように操作説明をします。まずゲームスタートして試合が始まります。左スティックでパスラインを指定し A ボタンでパスをすることができます。ボールを持った味方選手に敵選手が近づくと中盤でのバトルフォーカスが発生します。ボールを取られないように相手を抜いて勝利するか近くの味方選手にパスしてパスアウトします。
Passing is just like the easiest thing you could probably do. If you got a bit more skill, I guess you try and break past people.
なるべく敵のガード範囲の中央から外れた位置に突破を仕掛けるようにします。
I wonder how it's actually going to feel once you're actually playing the game. Because it's always one thing watching, right, isn't it? And then when you actually play, it makes such a massive difference. And I hope that we are able to like change the button map as well, so you can use whatever feels most comfortable for you, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to. So elemental kind of matchups are still good, which is good. It adds further complexity to the game. Winning focus accumulates tension much faster. Yeah, so actually, like not just passing, but going to try and beat past people is a better option. Yeah, you're not going to want to use joysticks to play this game. You're definitely going to be wanting to play Pro Controller, no messing around. I wonder how hard that is. It's like a tiny quick time event, isn't it? And I also wonder what that feels like from the other perspective. How much time you actually have to do that. Shoot or pass the ball to another player.
ストライカーでない選手でゾーンに入った場合、後から走り込んでくるシュート力の高いストライカーにパスをする方が望ましい。ターゲットマーカーを直接ゴールに向けて A ボタンもしくは X や Y の技ボタンでその選手が直接シュート。ターゲットマーカーをググッと横に動かし、味方選手を指定して A ボタンを押すとパスおよびセンタリングとなります。次にパス先の選手の行動を選択します。
I'm just curious as to what the actual timing is for this. And do you get to like quickly pick what side of the net that you shoot it towards as well? In the defensive zone. Ah, okay, so you want to get it right on the edge of the hands, past the blue ring. Interesting.
は青い手の範囲を動かして
Also, I think this right here is one of the most interesting parts. How quickly you can drag defenders over.
ここでその場所に一番早くたどり着ける
This is where Nathan's going to become sick again, right? Because I wouldn't be surprised if that's based on like speed attributes as well, to how quickly you can run over.
城壁は体験版で2つまで作ることができ
In the final game, you'll be able to do 3.
チームの成長により3つまで作ること
That's
ができ
interesting.
ただし強力な選手
Powerful
には
players may still be able to break through your
城壁を破られてしまうこともあります
Yeah.
敵もゴール前でサイドチェンジをかけキーパーのいない方からシュートを打ってくるかもしれませんそれを予測してキーパーが守ってい
Mate,
な
it
いサ
just
イドに
seems
城壁
so
を作
like
るのが
unique, right? I can't be the only one who thinks this actually just looks sick.
選手などの動きで位置を予測してく
Like
ださい
properly making sure that shot blocking is actually effective. Actually making defense seem like, you know, you might actually like get players, for example, that are just sick at defense, like they've really mastered the art. Oh, mate, it's gonna be so good. And I'm sure there'll be like stuff that affects how effective you can be on defense as well. Specials are now organized into sets of 2. You can expand equipment slots to hold up to 3 such sets. I don't really get this because obviously it's still just showing it in Japanese, but we'll find out tomorrow what that kind of looks like a bit more. Mate, the amount of muscle memory I'm about to have on this game is going to be insane. The hours? Oof. Am I going to have more hours in this than I've had in Smite, which is the game I've had the most hours in for gaming in my life, which was over 4,000 hours. Keeper gauge. Think of it as a boss HP bar. Okay, so it's like a tension gauge, but for the goalkeeper specifically. No matter how strong the keeper, if you deplete this gauge, you can score goals. In the trial version, it's not yet implemented, but we will explain how this is going to function. Okay, so just the stronger the keeper, the more gauge they have. That makes sense. But how do they refill it? When a goal is scored, the gauge is reset. Oh wow, okay, so fully reset after a goal scored. To score without a breach rate. Chance to score with a single shot. Even when not using powerful skills, you can increase your chance to score goals by strengthening this stat with team building passives. Ah, see, this is what I mean. So you're gonna be able to have, like, for example, think about like me making like a video on the channel, and I'm like, right, we're gonna go with a breach rate team and see if we can beat someone without ever using any shoot Husatsus. Like stuff like that is gonna be so sick. Oh my god, mate, absolutely sick. That is going to be amazing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's kind of just my reaction to that. There's just so much information that is so good. And I'm honestly so excited for tomorrow. So the goal is to put out like another, I guess, yeah, like another 3 videos. I've got this one, promotional video 4, and then promotional video 5. And then obviously those will be uploaded tomorrow. And then I think on the Friday, I'll have gameplay uploaded onto the channel of the actual demo. So yeah, that's kind of like the timeline of things, but I hope you guys enjoy, and I shall see you soon. Until next time, deuces.